Welcome to the podcast.
Hello? Is this thing on? We're out to lunch. Hi.
Hello.
And welcome back to Out to Lunch.
We're so happy you're here.
For episode 16.
Oh my goodness, that's so many.
I know. It's crazy.
It's wild.
I'm just going to kick things right off with... So the other day, me and my friend went on a walk. And we're walking through the park, whatever. And I see something hanging up on the fence. And I'm like, what? She's talking, so I'm listening to her, but I'm looking at the fence and I'm like, what the heck is that? And as we get closer, I start reading it, and I've had to stop her and just be like, I'm so sorry. Look at this. I took a picture of it so I could share it with the class. I'm gonna read this to you, but then I'm gonna tell you the even funnier part about it afterward.
Okay.
It says, stop and read. If you read this sign and are one of the disrespectful, full-grown punks that choose to leave the dog shit on the ground to be stepped in, please don't hide from it. Call this phone number or text me a time and a place here in the park that you'll let me come explain to you the error of what you're doing to other people and their dogs. Leaves their phone number and says, I can stand up for others if you can face that you're a punk. Thank you. I was like, this person left their phone number and said, please call me and I will come meet you at the park to come explain to you how big of an idiot you are.
That is passion.
I know.
They
and
are
brave.
They are passionate.
When I was first reading it, I thought it was going to say, here's my phone number, call me and I'll come kick your ass. So then when they were like, I'll come have like a conversation with you. I was like, wait, what? The funnier part, though, is that someone
oh no,
brought a red marker with them and corrected all of their, grammatically corrected all of their things.
Oh my god.
Underlined all the capitals in the wrong spot, added commas, circled something and put run on sentence, put name, ? In the corner, and on the very top, put D- and circled it. We can post it in the thing, but someone corrected it.
That is hilarious.
I know.
Oh my god.
It's hilarious. I was like, these two people are both people that I want to meet, because you shouldn't leave your dog shit on the ground. So you're a little bit passionate about it, but I'm on board.
I understand where you're coming from.
And this person is hella funny. For probably seeing it and being like, I'm bringing a red marker with me next time I come to the park, and then just going through and correcting it.
Oh
my
god.
I was like,
that's hilarious.
This is hilarious. And just chained to the fence. I want to know how long it's been there, because I just took that dog that I was with my friend. Now I'm dog sitting their dog. I took their dog to that park. It's still there. And I was like, how long has this been a thing?
That's so funny.
I know. I said, I'm talking about this one Out to Lunch. I have to.
Oh my god.
This is off topic of the dog shit, but stemming from just people being people, And we've talked about this. The other day, I thought that a car was turning, so I pulled out and started going. Turns out that car was going straight, so I cut them off. And I looked in my rearview mirror and waved to say sorry, and they just had their thumb down at me, and I was like, that makes me feel even worse. I wish you were just flipping me off, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
But to look in my rearview mirror and they just said,
you're like, I know. I feel like I'm not a road rage person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that mad. Sometimes I'll yell, which is hilarious because they can't fucking hear you. But some people
are pissed.
Are get mad. Yeah. And I feel so bad because I'm not a great driver. And most of the time I'm like, Sorry.
Sorry.
But have you ever had, like, actually, what is your worst, like, road rage experience?
I have one that's coming to my mind right now. I was driving on Veterans, so it's like a 3-lane kind of fast road, you know, whatever. And I was just driving my car, and I'm guilty of going on my phone sometimes, but this time I swear on my life I was not on my phone. I was literally just like kind of zoning out and like went over the line a little bit, and I was like, oh fuck, like, and corrected myself. I didn't like swerve into the other lane, or like, I literally just was like, oh, and like fixed it. And this car comes speeding up next to me, and I can tell that he's screaming just from like how angry his face is, and he's like, roll down your window. And I was like, no. And so I just like go back and roll down your window, and he's honking at me, and and like keeping pace with me. So I like slowed down, he slowed down, I sped up, he sped. Like, this went on for like minutes of him screaming at me to roll down my window, and I'm like, I'm not gonna roll down my window, and get away from me.
Like also you need to take a deep breath.
You need to calm down. The fact that you're like freaking out and wasting your day doing this.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
What are you so mad for?
Why? And don't tell me what to do. And the last thing I'm going to do is roll down my window and listen to you. Also, we're literally driving. Am I going to roll down my window and scream back and forth with you? No.
People.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have anything?
Yeah. One time I was in Sun Valley. And you know, okay, where our apartment used to be, like by Hug High School. Mm-hmm. So I was driving that road, had like just gone through the roundabout. I don't know what I did. I still like I think about it, and I'm like, I don't know what happened. Oh wait. All I know is this guy was behind me. I must have done something, or he was an ass or something, because I remember he was like on my ass, and I just slowed down. I'm like, dude, don't ride my ass.
What are you gonna do?
Also, we're not doing anything. So then I'm driving, but I can tell he's like not going to stop. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to turn into my apartment. I don't know why. I just had this like,
because you don't even know where you live.
Yeah, I just had this feeling like, don't go home. Like, just keep driving. I hate that when you feel like I don't want people to know
where I'm going.
And I could tell he was mad. Like, I could just tell. And so I pulled into the gas station at the bottom of the hill instead, and he turned too. Like, and so I just like parked my car, and there was like lots of people there, and he literally parked his car behind my car, like blocked me into the spot. And I just looked in my rearview mirror, and he just sat and stared at me, and I was like,
you're like, are you gonna knife me?
Like, well, I'm not gonna get out of my car.
No.
And then he started honking, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit here. Then he drove like through the parking lot, went back around, and pulled back in and parked behind me again. And I was like, why are you so mad at me? You're mad at me because you were on my ass and I slowed down.
And you're so mad that you're going to follow someone home, like, or to wherever they're going. Like,
I was totally freaked out.
Yeah,
like,
that's
completely
scary.
freaked out. Well, and then eventually he just drove away, and I was like, all right, I'm going home. I was like, this is awful. You're crazy. Well, that's crazy.
All the videos you see of people like getting out of their car and like shooting someone, or like, or like bashing someone's window in, or like getting in actual fist fights, and you're like, okay. I don't know. You might need to go to like anger management or something.
There's like some sort of
There's no reason for this to be a thing.
No. If I can calmly speak to somebody that just hit my car, then you can fucking cool it. Okay, you can calm down.
You can calm down.
Yeah, I think you're gonna be okay.
Well, and like you said, sometimes I make driving mistakes. I watch other people make driving mistakes. The other day, I was going through a roundabout, and no, I was waiting to go into the roundabout, and someone in the roundabout stopped and like waved me in, and I was like, no.
But then at that point, it's like, well, I have to go because they've already stopped. But that's not how a roundabout works.
Also, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I was like, you're so dumb. You're dumb. And I'm dumb too, but I don't do that. And that's crazy.
No, I make like oopsie mistakes. Not like I'm really stupid and don't know how to drive mistakes. Well, at least to me. I'm sure some people feel that way about me, but whatever.
I never ran in the car with you and been like, she doesn't know the laws of the road, you know? But getting that thumbs down, I was like, I'm disappointed.
Have you ever given a
myself.
thumbs down?
No, I feel like I always forget
to thumbs down
to
people.
do it. Yeah.
Like if you really want to flip someone off, you just...
Have you ever flipped someone off?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever flipped someone off
but also,
either.
I've only done
the most I've ever done is honked at someone when I'm like, okay.
I feel like I've done it, but like not like I haven't intentionally drove up and then like looked at them and been no, it's like me being like, dude, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like seriously?
Are you really gonna do that? Okay.
Yeah. It's more like that.
It's also
I also have to be like really I'm having a bad day. If I flip somebody off in my car, I think I've probably only done it like twice.
That means that you were already having a bad day and then this happened.
It like was it
was the thing that really just
the other day I was at school and I was just a day. It was a day. And I had like one of my teacher books and we had to go to a meeting and I turned it sideways and stuff fell out of it. And I literally screamed in my classroom and I was like, that was a little bit unnecessary.
A lot.
That was unnecessary. That did not need to happen. But that's where I was at. And I was like, you literally just bend down and pick it up. Like, it's fine. I think you're going to be okay.
But when you're in that mood and the tiniest little thing happens, you're just like,
I'm going to lose my mind.
That's how I feel. The other day I was getting my laundry out of the dryer and I was doing this stupid thing where I drop a sock and then I pick up a sock and then I drop underwear and then I pick those up and then I just kept dropping things and picking them up and I was just like I just threw it on my bed and I'm like, okay, I need to calm down because I'm freaking out for no reason.
Yeah. No, it happens. It happens
or when
to
you
everyone.
Are like walking by a door and your purse gets stuck on the door handle and you're just like, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. Like I can't.
Oh my goodness.
This is off topic, but the other thing that I thought about when I was me and my friend went for that walk. We went back to her apartment. We were just like reminiscing and like looking through old photos of our friend group and whatever. And her and I got on the topic of someone telling her, you should throw those photos away because they're like with people that we don't talk to anymore or like whatever. And she's like, no, the whole point of making this scrapbook was that now I have a book of like all of our memories, you know? And it sparked the question in my head, are you a deleter or do you burn stuff when you're not friends with someone anymore, or like you've gotten through a breakup or whatever? I am not. I have all of my photos. I keep everything. But I know that there are some people who are like, we're broken up, delete 2,000 photos, you know?
I don't delete anything. No. I think I'm personally just like way too sentimental.
Yeah.
Like I care way too much. Mm-hmm. And even if I have like a falling out with someone, I still want all the stuff.
Well, because those things still happened.
Also, what happens if you like rekindle something, or I just never want to like. Also, you still have those experiences.
And you still had a good
somebody
time.
that likes to like I don't want to delete memories with people.
No.
Even bad ones. I feel like it's important to like
remember like, wow, remember this night? That was horrible.
like I do. Like I think without that it's like I don't know. I think some people I feel like it's a coping thing, truly. And maybe people could think that I have a completely different coping thing, but I feel like I don't know. The only time I've ever like I have burned something. Have you ever done that?
I don't think I have.
Oh, it's so nice. No, mine was very intentional though. It was like things that I wanted to say to people that I wasn't ever going to say to people.
So you like wrote something.
I wrote it down, but with the intention. That was the intention
of burning
behind it.
It wasn't like they gave you something and you burned it.
Yeah. No.
The only time I can really think of myself like getting rid of stuff or removing like the energy of them was the story I told about the guy that I got stabbed almost over.
Yeah.
When I was finished with him, I was like, I don't want anything to do with any of this. And I still didn't delete our photos, but I deleted our text messages. I went through my closet, got all of like this clothes that he had given me, took him to Goodwill, and I was like, all right, I'm cool off that. Because like I have a sweatshirt from my like one of my high school boyfriends still, you know, and like I did whatever, but like I didn't want anything to do with him.
Yeah, I think, well, for the longest time, I kept everything, even like on my social media. That's another thing is some people go through and they like delete stuff.
I have stuff on my social media from past stuff.
Yeah, I finally did when Bradley and I got married. I was like, I probably don't need like my high school boyfriend on there. It's just unnecessary.
Because I have a husband now.
Yeah, I think we're good. Like we can get rid of those. Those don't need to be on my Instagram. But I didn't delete it. I like just archived it. Yeah. So I don't know.
I think in my head it's almost like giving more. I agree with you because like you said, you got married. In my head though, it's like I'm not gonna go through all of my thing. It's like giving more meaning to the post itself by me having to go back and find it and like archive it and do the like if someone is finding those photos, that means they're like 5 years down my page, on my page, you know, and that's kind of on you for like going that far back.
Yeah, that's so true. I don't know. I have thought a few times about resetting my Instagram, but I'm like, but where do I start? Like, I feel
at what point?
Why would I?
It, like now I'm gonna just be okay with sharing all of this.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was my life. I lived it, and I want it to be that. Maybe it was 2013 and I posted something that was just fucking weird. Well, because
like,
it was
CamWow filter on it.
Because it was 2013. Yeah. Like, I don't, it is what it is. Like, you can't, that's another thing people are, actually, this is a really interesting thing. Oh, you didn't do this.
What? What?
I was going to talk about our hazing.
Oh. No, I didn't get hazed.
You weren't a part of that.
I mean, I got hazed, but not really. Like, compared to what you guys had to do.
No. Never mind. I was going to talk because they used pictures.
Well, we can still talk about it because I know I have heard about what they did.
Well, yeah. So they found pictures. I'm just going to say they in a general sense and not even talk about what it was for.
No.
You can connect the dots if you want to. They went through our pages and found like either like inappropriate, really bad pictures. And I don't really post anything. Like I don't really have.
You're also not going to post stuff that's going to get you in trouble or like of bad stuff.
No, I didn't in high school. Like I've always had a pretty clean shit. I think the craziest thing I've posted started with this podcast, if I'm being honest. So like I don't really have anything that people can hold over me. And the picture that was used for me was like a picture of me when I was little, and like a bad picture, like one of those you're like, Mom,
why did you even take this photo?
But like I was in middle school, like I you can't really expect it to be.
No one is cute in middle school.
No. And I just remember being like, I know that this is supposed to upset me, but like, that was me in middle school. Like,
I was 12. What did you think?
Can make fun of me. You can do whatever it is that you're going to say, but I was in middle school. Like, I don't really care.
No.
And I think there's some people that really like, they're completely deleted from online, and they've gone through and like, got rid of everything.
There's no leftover like evidence of who they were, even like in high school, you know.
And I just don't really feel like it matters that much.
No, also because anyone who's following me that has known me for a long time saw me in real life that way. And if you are following me and you weren't a part of that, like, you still get to know who I am now, which is still embarrassing. So
you're like, I'm still actually
still
a whole big joke. So laugh all you want. Okay, so the other day I was driving and I was behind this car. I think it was a Subaru, and you know how we feel about those. Anyways. And the license plate said Cybertruck. And my first thought was, no, it's not.
No, you aren't.
No, it's not a
even
Cybertruck.
Close.
Then I looked closer, and the license plate like border that you put around it, the top said "this is," and then the bottom said "my next car." And I was like, oh, they want a Cybertruck. But can you imagine going to the DMV, getting a license plate that says Cybertruck that you don't have, and committing to letting people know that that is your next car?
That's your next car.
Okay.
Well, that's just like the car that me and you have both seen. The license plate says adopted. And it's like, cool. So are so many other people. I love that you're adopted. That's fantastic. Why is that your license plate?
I just feel like to change your license plate, you have to be like locked into the idea
and pay for it every month. Like, like there's nothing I love enough to like make it officially my license plate. Yeah. You know? Except for like my own name, maybe. That's what yours is. Mine. But like and that makes sense.
Like, it's my car.
But like or people even like sports teams. There's I haven't seen it in a long time, but there's a Tahoe that drives around that's completely orange and black, has Giants stuff all over it, and the license plate is like Giants fan. The border says like #1 Giants fan. Like these people love the Giants. Love them.
Like so much.
Like so much. And I'm all about like having your team, you know, if that's what you want to do. But what does your home look like if that's what your car looks like?
Or is it like just a car thing?
I don't know.
There's no way. There's no way. If that's what your car looks like, there you have a room. You've got like
you have a whole
thing happening.
Memorabilia.
I think sports teams is one thing, but it's the random things that I'm like, whoa.
What are you talking about?
Why?
Why
does it say that?
I don't know. Or like I like to run, and you're just like
little present. Yeah. Or like there's literally the most random things.
It's the same with bumper stickers though. Like some of them are funny. I saw one the other day. I was driving behind a Tesla, and there was a sticker on it that said, "We bought this before we knew how horrible Elon was." And I was like,
Like, I'm not supporting him.
Funny.
I just wanted the
yeah,
car.
like I thought it was a good car, and now I look like a follower dumbass. Like I just there are or like ones that says like I hope you're having a good day today, or like tell your dog I said hi, or like funny ones. But there's also some where I'm like, okay, we don't need to be doing all of this. Or like, I love Trump, America, and guns. And I'm like,
all right,
cool. I don't know if you need to say that in a sticker. You know?
Well, or when there's 87 of them.
Yeah.
Like, listen, if you want to put it on there, put your sticker on there. But you don't need 87.
No.
Why do you have 17,000 Trump stickers?
Dude, I saw a car that legitimately the whole back of it, even the windshield, it was just a little tiny circle for them to see out of the back. Everything else was like, I love Trump. Trump is fixing the country. Go Trump. Trump supporter. Just like every Trump sticker that's ever been made all over the back of this person's car. And I was like, okay, so we know who they voted for. And that's fine. If you love Trump, you love Trump. That's your deal. That's your deal. But like, you love him so much, you're gonna cover your car stickers of him.
It's because it's a cult.
Well, yeah.
Like they have drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And not once, but however many stickers. That's
all
how many
over.
times
Yeah.
they've drank the Kool-Aid.
Or there's some that are like really controversial subjects, and it's like it'll say like pro-life, and I'm just like, okay, you're asking for your windshield to get bashed in.
Well, that's another thing, is like you're openly putting out opinions that people might disagree with, and
it's okay to have that opinion,
but I don't think I don't want anybody to know what I think or who.
I'm sure as hell not going to put it all over my car where they can take their fucking key to the side of it. Like,
no.
I don't. What? No.
Absolutely not. Also, listen, I like to be funny. You know? I like things that make me laugh. I think there are some things that are just like a little bit too far for your vehicle.
Yeah.
Why do you have a fuck it sticker on the back of your car?
The amount of those stickers that I've seen is just like,
what? Oh, I understand. Okay. Yeah, fuck it. You don't need a sticker.
Or also, like ones that says like I love titties, and you're like, okay.
You're like, alrighty. Or there's like, I've seen like naked women stickers, and just like, I'm like, you're just driving that around.
I would be ashamed if I had to drive that. That's the other thing, is like, I don't want to ride in your car.
No.
You have inappropriate stickers on it.
No.
Like,
if I can't go to work and park at a school, I don't put it on your car.
No.
It's completely unnecessary.
No.
I have seen some that have made me like actually laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Like bad driving ones, or like please don't honk at me or I'll cry.
I saw one that said, please don't hit me, I'll cry. And I was like, that's hilarious. I also saw one, I can't remember exactly what it said, something about like, you don't want to hit me, I don't have good insurance, or something like that. And I was like, I should put one on the back of my car that says no health insurance. Like, please don't hit me. Please don't. I'll cry and I don't have any money.
Like there are
some funny
good ones, but I just think there are some people that make a commitment that it's like, all right.
Well, that's like you said, it's a commitment. Like you love them that much. You love it that much. You're gonna put a sticker on your car, or like you said, go to the DMV and like, this is my license plate.
Yeah.
That's bananas.
Yeah. Just people, you know, expressing themselves every way that they can.
Every way
Also,
they can.
I feel like there's a place for it, like a water bottle.
You should cover
your water bottle.
Hydro Flask with Trump stickers. Yeah. That's a great solution.
But like, I don't know why a
You
car
paid
is like,
thousands of
whoa.
dollars for this car, and you're gonna just slap random
Yeah.
things all over it.
No, I'm not.
I'm not either.
But I mean, teach their own.
Cover it in stickers if you want to, but I'm judging you from behind.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, this is off topic, but I have a question for you. How do you feel about PDA? I know that you and Bradley already aren't like, you guys are loving human beings, but you guys aren't like lovey-dovey in front of people, like even as like much as like holding hands or like cuddling or like any of that kind of stuff. So how do you feel when you just like walk by someone in the park and they're just macking on their gal? Or do you care?
I don't know. I would say I mostly feel like it's unnecessary.
Well,
But
like
I
just go
think
to your house.
just, or like, I just don't, I don't know. I think it depends on what you like classify as PDA, because I feel like I like when I see people and you can tell that they're like,
In
when
love.
they're like with each other and like flirty and like you can tell though. It's like a,
I
don't know
agree
how
with
to
you. Where I like
explain.
look in, I think that you're in the store and there's like a couple and they're like you said, like being flirtatious and like they might kiss a little or like whatever.
Or they're like joking around, or somebody
like
like
grabs their butt or
like something like that. Like I think that's cute, but I don't want to see you make out.
Well, if your tongue is in their mouth, it's like
what
I don't
are
know
you
if you need to
doing?
do that.
No. It is completely unnecessary. Like completely unnecessary. I like a kiss. That's fine. But I just don't want to, like watch you have like your whole thing happen. Which I also know that like I can just look away and it has nothing to do with me, but sometimes I'm like, oh,
Like those people are
oh
going at it.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
I feel the same way where it's like I don't really care. Do whatever you want to do. I personally probably won't be doing that. So with my human, I also think it's weird to watch people do it in front of, like if you know the people and they're just like making out in front of their parents and you're like, you guys are just making out right here in front of your family. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't
or
do
being
that.
like extra like touchy or whatever, and you're just like, I don't know if I would do that.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
I think there is a time and a place, and it's not in public.
Well, and like everyone knows that we do that, but we don't need to see it.
Show everyone.
No.
Nobody needs to.
I don't want to know what I look like when I make out.
No. Dude, I think about that so much when I watch back like Too Hot to Handle or like any of those like dating shows. I'm like, but is this not the most cringy thing for you to go back and watch?
Someone is watching you open mouth like macking on someone.
Yeah. I don't think I want to be videoed.
I for sure don't.
I think I'm good.
I for sure don't want. I don't want to know what I look like.
No. In any sense, actually.
No.
No. I think no. If I wanted that, I would have a different career, probably.
Yeah.
And be making different money.
Millions.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
It is weird to like on those dating shows, like they're just in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's being recorded.
Yeah. I also just like I could never do that. I think I would have a really, really hard time going on to a show and like trying to build like genuine relationships with people and have that be like broadcast to the world.
Well, because I know I already right out of the gate, I would know that there would be one person I would gravitate toward, just from like the natural like wanting to have a buddy or like a human to, you know, and there would already be one person where I was like, I can't stand you. Like I can't stand you. Like, and it would be almost like instantaneous.
Yeah.
I feel like, and maybe I feel like you're pretty good at this too. As soon as it takes almost no time, as soon as I meet someone, I'm automatically like, we're gonna get along, whether that's like we just are acquaintances or we become besties, or I meet someone and I'm like, no, we're just not the same person.
Yeah. And also it doesn't mean anything bad about them.
No.
But there's actually, this has been coming up recently with friends that I've had conversations with about having a difficult time navigating friend jealousy. And we all started to talk about how the reason that we are friends is because it happened so naturally and it wasn't like a forced thing
situation,
and it was very just like we just like became friends. We didn't try to become friends, like it wasn't like a intentional effort. It just happened. And there are some people that really struggle with that, like really have a hard time understanding that like I feel like my best friendships are the ones that just happened.
Where like you're in the same environment with them and you keep seeing them, and then eventually you like start telling them stuff, and then you're like, oh, do you want to eat lunch together? Or like it just is like, and then you look back and you're like, oh my god, we're like friends, really good friends. I don't know how this happened.
Yeah. But I think if you have to force a friendship, you probably shouldn't be friends.
No.
Or if you're like constantly trying to fix something
or worried about like how
it's affecting,
you're showing up, and like
it's like that you probably shouldn't be friends. But I feel the same way. I think I would show up to a show like that and be like, okay, that girl, my vibe. We're gonna hang out the whole time. Ooh, I like that guy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna like try and do something. Oh my god, that person I literally cannot stand. I can't.
It's just like an immediate, and like I'm sure it could change, but as soon as someone opens their mouth, I'm like, no.
But
no. And again, not anything bad against them. It's just that like I'm like,
we're just not the same.
I'm not gonna have a fun time hanging out with you. And that's okay.
I also think that I've tried to convince myself of the opposite. Like I've met someone, been like, ugh,
be like, no, I just need to give him another chance.
This really isn't it. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me just like give them the benefit of the doubt. Like give them an opportunity to like
prove that was
show you who they are as a person. And then you do, and you're like, so I was right.
I still don't like you.
I still don't think we're the same. We don't have like a good thing going. I disagree with how you speak to people. Like just like and then you start to like go on this list of, oh no, this is exactly what I was.
And imagine living in a house with them.
No.
And every day they're just like, whoa! And you're like, shut the fuck up. I want to kill you.
I also think it would be really hard to be on a show like that. Have it broadcast to people and not show everything. Like they pick and choose what is put out there. They completely
manipulate the whole story.
Thing. So it's like, what if you like they cut out all the good things that you have and then
make you look horrible.
Yeah, I could never. I could literally never do that. I would be a train wreck the entire time.
Because I would feel like I would just have to defend everything and be like, but you guys didn't see the part where he was a dick. Like, now I look crazy. Yeah. I do like the feeling though when you meet someone and you're like, I like you. You're fun. You're a fun little human.
Yeah, me too. I also feel like I am not very good at like putting myself out there. I feel like, which is weird because I feel like I'm a pretty social person.
You are.
But I'm not going to put myself out there. If somebody like
Pursues
pops
you
in and is like, hey, I'm like, hey,
what's up, girl?
but I'm not like intentionally going to go out of my way. And I wish that was different. Sometimes I'm like, I want to change that. Even just like step out of my comfort zone like a tiny bit. I don't know.
The last time I like really put myself out there, I had been going to yoga for quite some time before I worked at the yoga studio, and my yoga instructor that I went to regularly, I was like, I just want to be this girl's friend. And it took me like 2 months probably to get the courage, but I finally went up to her one day after class and I was like, I don't want to be weird, I think that you're cool, and like I just want to be your friend, so this is my phone number. If you ever want to hang out, like,
let's hang out.
Text me. If not, don't feel weird about it. I know that you're like literally at work also, so like sorry that I'm approaching you at your job, but
you're like, I just want to
be your friend. I also was scared that, and I think I did it the best that I could in terms of like being like, I want to be your friend, but I didn't want her to think I was like hitting on her either and be like, hey, this is my phone number, like if you ever want to like get together.
You're like,
you know,
I want
like,
to be your friend. I'm
not
straight.
a lesbian. It's okay if everyone else is a lesbian. I'm just saying I'm not, and I don't want you to think that I'm like hitting on you, but I do want to hang out with you. And we hung out and now we're friends, and it was like great, but it took me literally 2 months to get the courage to look at someone and be like, I think you're cool, I want to be your friend.
Which is so funny because isn't it weird that it's harder to do that than it probably would be to talk to a guy?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's just like a different thing. Also, you don't really do that.
No.
That's not like a super normal, like usually you just kind of like end up
become
meeting
friends.
But that's my point. Like I feel like I could have more friends if I just like put myself out there and like introduced myself. Or there's people that I'm like, I like that girl. And every time I do anything like around them, I'm like, she was like her. I like her. It's like, okay, so then hang out.
Tell her that you like her.
Do something about it, maybe.
It's also weird because like I like the idea of like building new friendships and having new friends and surrounding myself with new people and like bringing different perspectives in and all those kinds of things. But it's also kind of like a daunting thing because it's like, am I really going to go through the process of like, we're gonna become friends and then like I'm gonna have to tell her about my life and then like I have to fill her in on all this stuff and like it's a long process.
Yes, it is hard to like start over.
Well, and especially at our age, because it's like, how far back do I explain to you? Like if we're like becoming really close, I'm obviously gonna like tell you about some stuff that has happened, but like am I gonna tell you about high school stuff or like I think we're past all of that, you know?
Yeah.
Do I tell you about 5 years ago? Even that feels far away.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like I've experienced this a lot recently because of work friends, because I have like new friends, which is kind of fun, and I am like super excited about it, which is so silly, but I'm like, oh, I have like new friends,
like, and like your friends, like they're not like the group. It's not a friends.
Group friend. Yeah. It's like they're my friend. I don't know,
but you made it on your own and like in your own area.
Yes. Yeah. And to go back to what you were saying, I don't think, like, I think about our relationships. And mostly I see them every day. So like we started off, we like, and we're just like slowly getting to know each other. Yeah. And then the more we talk to each other, the further back we end up going with like sharing information. Yeah. Like, you don't have to sit them down and be like, okay, so in 2005,
when I was born,
like your whole life story. Yeah. Like, I feel like, again, it just happens organically. Yeah. Like it'll just happen, but it is kind of like like you said, daunting to like look at it and be like, okay, so do I have to like say everything? Like, do
I-
they need to know
what do
everything?
I need to tell you? Yeah.
Like, how do I?
It's
Yeah.
also weird. Like I actually just made a pretty good friend at the yoga studio. She's moving away, which makes me sad. But her and I just like slowly became pretty good friends. And then every time we worked together, I was like, hey, we are working together. I'm so excited. We started like sharing things with each other about just like our current lives. And then at some point she made a comment about losing one of her friends and like them passing away or whatever. Not like super detailed, but just like made a comment, and I was like, oh, she just told me something like
really
important. Yeah. And I kind of just sat there for a second and like, wait, are we I think we're like good friends. This is I feel the same way that you feel, where I'm like, that's my friend, and like
this is
she works where I work, and like she's my friend.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I think I had that same moment because one of mine opened up about losing a baby,
and you're like,
and I was like,
we're
okay.
It kind of just like a little tick in your friendship, and you're like, wait, wait.
Yeah.
We are
well,
together.
And there's little things that happen that you're just like, oh, okay.
They trust me and they like me, and like we are as close of friends as I thought we were.
I also think it's a work friend thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it feels more special when it's a work friend because you just assume that you're like friends because you're at like you have to show up every day and see each other.
I was just gonna say, I think in my head, this is gonna sound a lot sadder than I mean it to. I assume that I'm thinking about people more than they're thinking about me.
Yeah.
So when I was thinking about my work friend, I was just like, I think that I'm overplaying it in my head, and that like I'm really excited about us being friends, and she just comes to work because this is where she works, and like I'm here when she gets here.
Yeah.
But she got me a bracelet to wear. She got us matching bracelets. And she was like, yeah, I just wanted to get you something so that like when I'm gone, you know, like whenever I wear this bracelet, I'll think about you. And I was like, you're like, oh my gosh. I had a turtle on it too. And I was like, wait, you love me as much as I love you. You got me a friendship bracelet. I was stoked. I was like, wait, you care about me as much as I care about you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It is weird with work friend stuff, because like you said, it's like I don't know if we're like in this together because we want to, or because I see you every day.
Yeah. I don't know. It also I don't know why it feels special.
It feels really special. I don't know why. Like I feel really like, oh,
like, oh my gosh,
that's my work friend.
Or like the first time you're invited to something that's not work,
and it's like work people, but not at work.
And you're doing like not work things, and you're like, oh, we're hanging out.
Yeah, you're like, wait, we're drinking together.
Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Yeah, no, that's my favorite. But also, I don't mean this how do I word this? I feel like we have had a very traumatic friendship. Not us, but like we have experienced very traumatic things
1000%.
while being friends with each other.
Me and you became, I think, like friends right in the middle of like one of the worst times of my life.
Yeah.
like awful stuff was happening, and then like bad stuff was happening to you,
and then like your stuff kind of like
trickled off.
What is it, dissipated? Is that the word
I think so?
And then all of a sudden I was like,
well, then like we've gone through like friend stuff, we've gone through like we've just honestly, like we've had some pretty awful stuff happen, and it's like been spread out throughout our whole friendship.
Yeah, we're doing good now, though.
Yeah, buddy. I don't want to like have a pity party or whatever, but sometimes I just think back to the things that have happened, even in like the past like 6 or 7 years. And I feel like we've gone through some stuff, and the amount of stuff that some people might not go through in
Ever.
like their whole life.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I'm like, how am I 27 years old and I've gone through like some of the worst stuff ever?
I was thinking about this literally yesterday. And I was like, and same thing. Like, I don't want to sit and like feel bad.
No.
There's no reason
and
to
I know
feel
some
bad.
people have awful lives.
Yeah.
So it's like.
And I feel like the hardest part for me is I feel like everything was like perfect until I was on my own.
Mm-hmm.
It was like me being on my own. And the second I was like an adult, I was like, oh my gosh,
fuck.
this is not
No.
like life kind of blows.
Yeah, a lot. Well, then you
lot.
look around and you're like, how am I, an 18-year-old,
Like supposed to be
figuring out like the worst stuff ever? Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't know. I know that everybody kind of feels like scattered in their 20s. I know that's a thing, but I think there's a difference between being scattered and having to deal with like some of the shit.
Like super traumatic stuff.
Yeah.
Like really, really traumatic things.
Yeah. It's just so strange. That's why I'm like, but I get what you're saying when you're talking about friendships. You're like, so what do I tell them?
Yeah, I'm like,
do I like really lay it all out?
Do I
there?
fill you in on like all of it? Some of this stuff?
Like maybe
I honestly
nice.
don't know if you're ready to hear it. So.
Well, and that's another part of me is like, I like knowing that I have friends now that don't know that version of me.
Yes.
Or what I have experienced. And at some point, if I feel the need to share it, I can share it.
But they'll
I'm
never
like,
know that version
no.
of you. Even if you tell them about it, they don't know like the trench that you were in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But you do.
I do know them.
Yeah.
What a crazy wild time.
Isn't that weird though? I was thinking about that. I was like, we really just like, and not like I said, not our relationship, but just like just the things that have happened. Wild.
All of such a young. Sometimes I think I've been doing a lot of reflecting lately, which is good and bad. But sometimes I just think about 19, 20, 21-year-old Haley, and I'm like, I gotta give her a hug. If I could go back, I would just be like, come here. I'm just gonna give you a hug. It's all gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. I don't know. How long have we been friends?
2018.
That's a long time.
That is a long time.
Sometimes I think about the fact that we graduated college in 2020 and I say, nope, that's weird because that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Yeah. My mom was talking to me yesterday and she's like, yeah, I kind of freaked out because I realized Hillary's going to be 29. She's almost 30.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, somebody asked me how old my kids were and I was like, oh my god. She's like, I think about being 54 and that doesn't bug me at all, but like
thinking about my
kids are going to be 30? I'm like, ugh. Well, don't tell me that.
No.
I still got time. I got time. Dude, I swear to God, my sister has the worst luck ever. Do you remember the story about her house getting broken into?
I do. I remember you calling me and being like, you're not going to believe what has happened.
I feel like I should explain.
You should tell.
Okay.
Yes.
So she was staying, I think it was at Thanksgiving. I can't remember. We were home for a holiday, and when we come home, like my sister stays at my parents' house with us, so we're all together like like normal,
like
our
it used to be.
like it used to be. Yes. So she leaves her house and then she goes and we all stay there. So she had stayed there for I think 2 nights. And she's like, I need to go back, feed my cats, blah, 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 whatever. So I dropped her off at her house. And I'm not kidding, like 5 minutes later, not even, 2 minutes later.
2 seconds later.
I get a call and I'm driving away. And she's like freaking out. She's like, you need to come back right now. There's somebody in my house. And I was like, there's somebody in your house? And she's like, there's somebody in my house.
Like in it.
And I was like, well, get out.
Yeah, leave.
I said, get out. And she's like, oh, okay. I said, I'm coming back right now.
Watching your sister go through this process, I can't imagine what her panicking looks like.
She's just so like nonchalant
That's
about
why
everything.
I feel like she, like, for the fact that you had to tell her to get out, she's like, you're right, I should get out of my house. She is very nonchalant, just like, she's just chilling, you know?
So then I come back and she's standing like by her car. And she had called my mom. And my mom's like, well, call the cops.
Call 911. Yeah.
So she called me first. Then she called my mom. And then she's like, oh, I should probably tell the police that there's somebody in my house. Anyways, so we're sitting there. We're waiting for them to show up. She's like shaking, like totally freaked out, which I would be too. Can you imagine walking in? And she said it sounded like they were leaving through the back door.
But just
like
to know that there was somebody in there and you're like, who was in here?
Yeah.
Also, like what is the word? Like the violation of someone being in your space.
In your home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Not good. So the cops show up.
That was fun for you.
And he fucking gets out of the car. And it's my ex from high school. And I was like, hey, hi. He's like, hi. And he like just like looked at me like, and then he's like, it's her house. He's like, oh.
Like, so get to investigating.
Like, okay. So they went in, they didn't find anybody in the house. And so then we walked in and they were like, you need to like tell us what is like out of place, like what is not yours. There was stuff everywhere. Like everywhere. There was bags of clothes that this person had put in her closet, like filled her closet with her clothes.
Which is like,
there was like food that was like, they went into her kitchen and made her food. And there was stuff like just stuff everywhere. And so Hillary had to go through and like point out,
this is mine, that's not mine.
She finds her notebook, like her writing in her notebook. First of all, this girl left her name, which tells you
probably not what you should do if you're gonna break
into somebody's home. But then when we saw the note, we were like, oh, she has no clue. Clearly on something.
On drugs. Well, they found drugs all over her couch.
Yeah, there was.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like fentanyl.
Yeah. Like bad.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, this is what the note says. I don't look at myself and see a child anymore. I see a grown woman. I love myself, my family, and Lewis. If you can hear me, come back over to my house. I miss you. First of all, if you can hear me, you're writing a note.
Also, it's not your house.
Not your house.
You broke into this home.
I miss you, and I can't find my remote.
I can't find my remote.
Hashtag. Hold on. Mole butt still missing. Movie mind still. I don't know. I can't read that. Then she draws 3 hearts. Then it says, I want to find a man that can level up with me. Or actually, no. A man that can level up on his own. One that
what happened to Lewis? You just said you loved him.
Yeah. Well, the first part is in black pen and the second part it's in red. So she
had a personality change.
And one that is easy and understands me and that I'm genuinely happy with. But I just love I don't look at myself and see a child anymore.
I'm a woman.
It's like, okay, crazy lady. So anyways, They found all that, drugs. She literally had moved her clothes into Hillary's closet, which it's just like, ugh. So they washed everything. We like cleaned her whole house. It was like so, ugh. And I think the worst part is then it's like, you don't feel safe at home.
Well, no, because it's like now she's like, this woman has been living in my home and touching all of my stuff, and like, did she sleep in my bed? There's drugs all over the couch. Did she wear my clothes? Like,
yeah,
like she was writing in my journal, and like she's just been all over this,
all over my everything. Yeah.
On top of that, where is this person now, and are they going to come back, and are they going to bring people with them?
Yeah.
Is she going to bring Lewis? Like,
yeah, I don't know. All I know is once we found the notes with her name, the cops were basically like, ugh, like she's like
a repeat offender,
and a known, like they know exactly who she is. And so
the bravery to be like, signed blah 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 blah. And
it's like your
girlfriend, don't leave your
no,
name.
She's obviously not doing well.
She's not doing well at all. No.
Severely unwell. So anyway, so that happened. I felt bad. My dad went and like stayed with her the first night she went back so she could sleep. Like I can't even imagine. Like it would completely freak me out. I don't know.
Have to
also,
move.
she lives on her own. Like that's, it's
already scary to be a woman on your
own.
And then to have that happen is like, well, now I really don't feel safe.
Yeah. So that happened. But the reason I even thought about that story is because my mom called me yesterday and told me that she turned on her sprinklers to water her lawn like one does.
Your sister did.
Yeah. And one of them is broken and it flooded her neighbor's basement.
No.
Her neighbors. Not hers. Her neighbors. I was like, that.
Also, what an awful conversation to have. Like your neighbor coming over and being like, so your sprinklers fucked my house.
Well, they couldn't get a hold of her. They found out at 3 a.m. It was flooding at 3 a.m. They banged on her door. She couldn't hear. They called her. Her phone's turned off. Like she has it set for like only emergency contacts or whatever at night. And so they called my dad at 3 a.m. I don't know how they got my dad's number.
Yeah,
and then my
weird.
dad's like, then my dad called. And then of course her phone rang because
it's a family member.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened. Also, yeah.
No.
I know. Isn't that
she really
so
does
sad?
have the worst luck.
Like just stuff like I'm like, oh my god,
stuff that's like completely out of her control.
Yeah. So I feel bad for her right now. I'm like, oh, poor thing.
It sucks because then you're like, I just ruined their house, and like I'd rather have my own stuff fucked because then it's just like
it sucks.
I don't have to worry about
The good news is their basement wasn't finished. Like it was just
like a basement. It wasn't like a
it wasn't like
an area.
Yeah,
that's good.
So, but it's still, and she's like, well, how'd they take it? She goes, well, for being awake since 3 a.m. and like having your basement flooded, she seemed pretty chill. I'm like, okay.
Also, the fact that they knew it was flooding at 3 a.m. Like, why
were you
in your basement?
They probably heard it
or
something.
Had to have.
Yeah, I don't know. But oh my gosh. I'm like, that also makes me really happy that I don't own a home.
I was going to say, another reason why I don't want to be in charge of
owning
anything.
my own. No. Yeah. No, I want it to not be my responsibility, even though I'm just throwing
money to the wind.
At just nothing, basically, to live in an apartment. But whatever. It's fine.
What are you
in this moment, I'm grateful. Okay?
Well, and like this is a nice apartment and it has a pool. So
yeah, it's all that really matters.
Priorities. That's really sad.
I know,
baby girl.
It's also just like something that happens. It actually reminds me. Have you ever finished a game of Monopoly?
I'm sure I have. I haven't played Monopoly in years because I know how long of a commitment It is. So I'm sure I have finished a game, but I haven't played it in a long time.
It cracks me up because it's so realistic, and it's just like it really does just like
Hammer
a
home.
knife in and twist it. Like, this is life, everybody.
It's
not the game of life, but Monopoly. Have you seen the video of the kid?
The little kid, yeah, and he's like, I don't have any money because I had to pay taxes again, and he's just crying. And the mom's like, welcome to real life, buddy.
He's like, yeah, that's
for the taxes. The taxes. And the other kid is like, I think I'm gonna buy that one. And he has just like loads of money. The game of life is crazy though too. It's really like you pull a card and it's like, you have 6 kids, and you're like, do I?
Let's just pile them in the car.
What job do I have? Oh, you work at the grocery store, and you're like, good.
So I have 6 kids.
Fucking 2 cars fulls of people, and you're just moving around.
That one doesn't take too long.
No, that game's fun too.
Oh my god.
Those like you draw a card and it's like, oh, you lost everything. Sorry. And you're like, okay.
Cool.
Well, I guess that is all for now.
Okay, I guess we can be done.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll talk to you very soon.
And have a wonderful day.
Love you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.